Today we will be taking a look at how to insert and format a scatterplot. So I have my data in a table at the top here. I will highlight my table of data, select Insert. From the list of chart types I want a scatterplot, and the first scatterplot is the one I want. It has points on it, but they are not connected. I'll take that chart, bring it over here, expand it so that it occupies most of my area. And I do not want the legend, so I'll just delete that out of there. Now my points are spread out horizontally from the left side to the right side of my plot area, but you'll notice that vertically they are clustered in the top half. So I want to adjust the scale. I right click on the vertical scale, format the axis, and my first choice here is under axis options. I have the minimum and maximum values are set to automatically be calculated. I want them fixed, the minimum value. Since my lowest value is 72, I will start at 70, and my highest value is 125, so I will change that to fixed and make it 130. Click close, and you'll see now that my vertical axis scale goes from 70 to 130 so that the points are spread out vertically and horizontally so that they occupy most of my plot area. Now to format the titles and axis labels, I can go to the Layout tab under Chart Tools. For my chart title, I do not want my title overlaid, which means in the grid area. I want it above my chart. Click on that, add a title. I also want to add an axis title. My horizontal axis is the game number. And my vertical axis, I want a rotated title, and it will be attendance. Now that I have my scatterplot labeled, I can right click on the data points, any data point, and select Add a Trend Line. Here I have an opportunity to choose the model for my data set. Right now it's linear because when I take a look at my data points, they do tend to form a straight line. If you're dealing with a large data set and it's obviously not linear, then exponential, logarithmic, polynomial, or power would be better models for that data set. Do not choose the regression type that produces the highest coefficient of correlation. That would be a mistake. Unless the points are obviously in the form of a logarithmic, exponential, polynomial, or power function, then you should be using linear. I click close, there's my trend line. Now I can also add to my trend line, so if I right click on the line itself, select format my trend line, I can add the equation to my chart by clicking that checkbox, and the equation quite often is in an inconvenient location on the chart, so I'll move it to a spot where it doesn't conflict with any of the grid lines or the data points. You'll notice that the slope and the y-intercept that we calculated in class using the median linear regression do not match the values that are produced by Excel. And that is because the values that are produced by Excel are exact values that are based on complex calculations, and the median linear regression is an approximation to the line of best fit. One last thing I'd like to add, so I right click on the trend line and I display the R-squared value on the chart. Click close, and there I have an R-squared, or a coefficient of determination, of 0.9133. And in class we saw how we could match this calculation exactly using the formula for calculating the coefficient of correlation.